Squire. He's right over there.
Hey, creepy hugs, everyone. Thanks for listening to and watching this episode of the Alan Cox Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share a cold one with the boys.
Mary Santora is out. Poundcake is back.
Afternoon, white people.
Behind the glass.
It's so weird being back. It's so weird.
How you feeling, pal?
I feel okay.
Yeah.
I felt weird driving my car. It's been, I mean, since Vegas, I only drove it one day.
Yeah, like the day after you got back?
The day after I got back, and then the rest, I just Ubered, like I did Uber Eats to get food delivered and medications and stuff that I needed. So
prep.
It was weird. I was like, do I remember the gears? Oh, this is how I turn on my radio.
Isn't it an automatic transmission?
I was like, how do I work the windows? Oh, this automatically locks.
So if you're not in your car for a certain amount of time, you can forget how it works?
I forgot that I had to restart my computer every day before the show because otherwise my phone server won't connect to yours. So I'm redoing that now. So I forgot a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Is it because your brain is full of useless information and there's no room?
Or made up information?
Fabricated just mundane?
I'm still mad about the Ricky Martin thing.
Why are you mad about that?
Because we went down this rabbit hole that I thought was going somewhere, and I should have known. You know, I like to, despite what people might think, despite what even you might think, I like to give you the benefit of the doubt, even though it bites me in the ass every single time.
Because you made up a whole motive for the whole thing. You just created it out of nothing.
Thin air. It was like
That's
it was a
not
smoke
okay.
ring, and because...
And presented it as if you had some sort of source on it.
Okay, yeah.
Which is what
I did do that.
Which is what you do in general, and that's why it makes. I guess we should preface his stories by: is this real or fiction? And then we can go from there. It's just that when you say, "Well, this is what's going on," my ears perk up. I go, clearly, his head is full of useless information. But this is when it comes in handy, when he can apprise us of something that otherwise we wouldn't. You know, I'm like anybody else. I'm no elitist. I get drawn in by the clickbait. So it goes, Ricky Martin incest looking at 50 years. I go, hell yes, click. Let's see what's up.
Oh, yes.
Well, no,
yes, incest.
No,
yes,
no. Like, I want him to have a stress-free life, but I mean, but the clickbait has done its job with me, is what I'm saying. And so I click on that. And sometimes I'll, the majority of things that I see throughout the day I don't bring up on the show, but that one I did, and I thought that when you dove right in, I thought it was because you had some wisdom on the subject to impart.
Well, I did know that.
But then we got through this whole twisty, turny, faulty logic tangent. It culminated in you saying that you were just speculating on all of it.
I made up the motive for the manager. The manager really is, I think the manager really is holding him up because she is suing him for millions of dollars. And I'm like, okay, where did this come from all of a sudden? And then it just so happened at the same time, his manager is suing Ricky Martin and saying that she has a secret that is a career ruiner or a career ender.
I think that's a coincidence.
I don't think it's a coincidence. And now all of a sudden his cousin or his nephew is suing him.
You understand where Bill and I are coming from. If you are suing someone, you're not going to throw another legal proceeding into the mix that has nothing to do with you, but's going to siphon away money from them that you are trying to get from them.
But
if you're suing me for money, let's say Poundcake sues Alan for $1 million.
Okay.
You're not going to set up someone else to sue me for $1 million because now I have to pay for that case too. And it's just siphoning away money that you are already trying to get from me.
But you're correct. But that's saying the money you have right now. Say if you were, your dad left you some money and you hadn't had access to it yet. It's in a trust. You'll get it in 2 years. I'm like, well, I've been your comrade all these years. I'm due to something and I want to sue you. I want to sue you.
He's been my comrade, Bill. That's right. Yeah. Hey, listen, 7 years. Right?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Mentioned it yesterday. September 1st is going to be 7 years on the show for you?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
September 1st. Yeah.
Time flies. I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, so I want a piece of this. And you're like, hell no, you've been sitting in here screening calls. I'm like, well, you know what? I'm going to sue you. And if I have dirt on you, I'm going to have that person sue you too. I'm not going to tell them about the money you're going to get. I'm going to let them get the little, have you break them off a piece right now.
I'll give you some advice. And I don't know anything about anything. I'm pretty dim. don't sue anyone. Don't ever sue anyone. Because if you're going to pile lawsuits onto people or get other people, again, it's all coming, you're siphoning off money that you think is due you.
I don't plan to sue anybody unless.
Well, nobody ever does.
Yeah, I don't want to.
But something to consider. Today is National Hot Dog Day.
Woo!
I think I'm going to have a hot dog for dinner tonight. Maybe 2 hot dogs tonight.
Oh.
Yeah. It's this little shack right up here the road from us. I think it's Charlie's Hut or something, right? That little...
Yeah, Charlie's
It's like Brook
diner.
Park and...
Yeah.
yeah. And every so often, I didn't do it today because I just didn't have the time to get up there, but every so often, I'll go in there and I'll get a couple of Chicago dogs because he makes them perfectly, chapter and verse, makes them to the letter. And they're
All
so
the ketchup
good.
you need, right?
All the ketchup
That's the
that
Chicago
I
style,
need.
right?
Absolutely.
Chicago-
Slathered.
I don't know a lot, but I know people from Chicago love ketchup on their hot dogs.
That's right.
That's why it's called Chicago style.
It's an all-pork hot dog that is slathered in ketchup, and it's topped with rutabaga and chocolate chips. That, you talk to anyone, is a classic all-American Chicago dog. I didn't get up there today, but
I love a Chicago style hot dog.
Yeah,
though, for
they're
real.
great.
It's a good treat.
I'm not even an elitist about it. Some friends of mine are deadly serious. Like, there's no celery salt on this. I'm like, oh, calm down. Like, if you get the main components, give me mustard.
That celery salt does give it a pop, though.
It's fantastic.
It's
I'm just
celery
saying
salt?
that most people aren't. Most restaurants don't have celery salt. If you can get the primary components, that is good in Cleveland, Ohio. That is good enough for me.
But if you are saying you're doing this Chicago style, you can get some celery salt.
Yes,
You should have celery salt
True.
if you're saying you're serving a Chicago style hot dog.
that's true.
I'm on your friend's side.
Well, again, I agree. And when I'm home, that's what I want. It's mustard, it's relish, it's onion, it's tomato, it's a quarter spear pickle, sport peppers, and celery salt. And that's the full thing. So I guess you're right. If that's on your menu, you should have the celery salt. Like the
that's-
Happy Dog makes a phenomenal Chicago dog.
Yeah.
But so I got to figure that out tonight. The reason I mention this, though, is because between it being a National Hot Dog Day and National Lollipop Day, there should be lots of subtle influencer posts on social media today between the two of those. So, if you follow a lot of
open mouths and-
a lot of OnlyFans girls or something,
Innuendo.
it being National Hot Dog and Lollipop Day, just pay extra special attention to the scantily clad girls that you follow on social media today, because it'll be a lot of fun, I suspect. I'm going to take a break. I'll have another chance for you to grab some money. 2:30 is the next keyword for you to go fuel yourself. So listen for those keywords because there's 4 of them coming today on the show, about 30 past every hour. So listen for those to win some money. If you want to text us during the break, 35192 to do that, and we'll be back.